Hi everyone, this is Eric with a review on the F181 Quadcopter. This thing comes with a ton of accessories and it has a lot of features built into it. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing. I'm going to show you flight footage and footage from the camera on this quadcopter. And at the very end, I'll show you how to set up the app on your smartphone so you can fly this FPV real time to a smartphone device. So let's go ahead and get into it. It came with everything in this suitcase. But first off, you have the quadcopter itself. So really lightweight, and to give you guys a size comparison, this is another popular quad, the Cyma. You can see it's just a little bit smaller. And then you have your camera right here. It's all plugged in and ready to go on the bottom. The camera does tilt, so if you want to tilt it down, you can actually tilt it pretty easy. In here, you actually have two extra sets of blades. In here you have, this is where you're gonna put your smartphone. So you're gonna put that in there. It's gonna clip in, and then this should be spring loaded. So you just spring load your smartphone right in there, and then you can fly FPV. Next you have your LiPo-safe charging bag. Comes with three batteries, and I believe there's one in the quadcopter. Yep. So you get a total of 4 batteries with this kit. And then in here you have your charger. This is a USB charger, and it looks like it charges 4 at the same time. And these are 750 milliamp hour batteries. So I'm curious how good the flight time will be on this quadcopter. It's pretty light, but it does have to power the camera. So, and then back here, you have all of your instructions, your blade guards, and then also your landing gear. So we'll go ahead and put those on. All right, so let's go ahead and take this thing up in the air and see how this thing performs.
So I'll bring it up to about 5 feet and just show you guys how accurate this altitude hold is. The breeze is coming, pushing it right back into us. But very stable. I'm really surprised how accurate this altitude hold is, which is going to make flying FPV a whole lot easier. So it looks like it fluctuates about 1, maybe 2 feet in altitude, but extremely stable. Okay, let's go ahead and show you the different flight modes. So right now it's in medium. Okay, now it's in fast. So let's go ahead full speed and fast. And full reverse. It's definitely not the fastest quadcopter, but you know, if you're going to be flying FPV, you don't want this thing to be really fast. So this is full yaw. And full forward. So very stable. Not very fast, but the thing handles really nice. That altitude hold definitely helps.
Woo!
Let's do another flip.
The camera quality isn't great, but it's average for a low-cost Wi-Fi camera. The range, however, was really good for this camera. As you can see from the map, the measured distance it flew was over 270 feet. You will get better range when you're away from houses because Wi-Fi signals will cut down your signal strength. I noticed flight times around 6 minutes. It has 4 speed modes. In slow mode, it's very controllable inside, and with altitude hold, you only have to worry about 2 dimensions, which makes it much easier to fly as a beginner. And if you have enough room inside, you can even fly from room to room through your smartphone using a live feed from the camera. After you've mastered flying this quad in slow mode, you can shed all of the weight from this quadcopter by removing the landing gear, camera, and blade guards, and the F181 will fly much faster. I really like the size of the F181. It's not too big and not too small. It's a great quad both for indoors and outdoors.
Just like with other quads, we're going to bind it by bringing the throttle all the way up, all the way down. Now, here's the difference. Now that it's bound, if I put in throttle, nothing's going to happen. What you have to do is press the up-down arrow right here. That's going to spin up the blades. Once they're spinning, now you can go ahead and take it off, and the altitude will go ahead and hold the altitude. So let's check it out. Just like that. So now let's bring it up just high enough to get it away from objects that'll cause the wind to blow back. That way we can trim it out. So it looks like it's pretty well trimmed. And now the way the altitude hold works is if I press throttle up, it'll go up and then hold that altitude. It might fluctuate between 1 foot to 2 feet. I go down, it's going to hold that altitude. It's pretty accurate. And in the house, as you can see, I'm barely putting any control movements in. And this thing's staying really steady. And then to land it, what you're going to do, there's a couple different ways you can land it. You can bring the throttle down and just let it land itself, hold the throttle down until it stops. That's one way. Let's go ahead and take it off again. Another way is you can press the up-down arrow again. So you're going to go press that button and it's going to land itself. And then there's another way where you can emergency cut off the power. You know, if you're about to crash into someone's backyard and you just want to immediately cut the power, this is how you do it. You're going to basically bring your both controls down and out. So let's go ahead and take off. So let's say you want to cut the power right away, and it just cuts the power. So now I'll show you guys how stable this thing is, and I'll show you the controls. So let's take off. I'm just gonna give it full control. And as you can see, in slow mode, this thing is really stable. You really don't have to worry about the throttle at all. You just kind of let it set. Very easy to control. The altitude hold is great for beginner flyers. And if your quadcopter, if you notice it's flying way out of trim, a way you can reset it is bring both controls down and to the left. You'll see it blink a couple times and then stay solid. So this is also something you want to do before you fly headless mode, or just if you ever fly and crash it, it's just a good thing to do. Set it down on the ground, let it reset the accelerometers, and then you'll be good to go again. And by the way, this is headless mode right here. To activate it, you'll press it and it'll start beeping. So now it's in headless mode. So if you notice, now when I fly, even if I turn the quadcopter around, if I press back or forward, doesn't matter what direction it's in,
it's going to fly true to the control. All right, and to connect the app, you can either scan the QR codes that come in the instruction manual, or you can go to your app store and search for VS UFO. So when you search for that, what's going to pop up is this Wi-Fi UFO, and that's actually the app you want to download. So go ahead and install it. Okay, now it's installed. Let's go ahead and open it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to search for the quadcopter's Wi-Fi signal. So right now the quadcopter's on and I bound it to the transmitter. So go to your Wi-Fi settings and make sure your Wi-Fi is enabled. Here's my Wi-Fi. It's currently connected to my home Wi-Fi, but I need to connect it to the quadcopters. So what you want to look for is the DFD right here. So that is the quadcopter. That's what the quadcopter is broadcasting. Go ahead and connect. And there's no password or anything. So now when we go back to our app and click play, we should see the video feed from the quadcopter. So give it a second. And as you can see, the response rate's pretty quick. There's not a whole lot of lag. And as far as recording, all the recording is going to be done to your smart device. So if you want to snap a picture, you can snap a picture. If you want to record, you press the video button right here. It's going to turn yellow. And it's really important if you guys want to save that video file before you turn off the your device, you want to make sure and hit it again so it's not yellow anymore. And that's going to save the file. If you don't, or let's say you lose reception during the flight, which has happened to me a couple times, that file won't save and you won't be able to view it at all.